This is the Peak Design Tech Packing Cube, and I really like this thing. I like the way it looks. It feels pretty awesome. It's got all these awesome attachment points. Just the materials are great. But what really sold me on it were these internal folds. I can fit all sorts of things in. My mini camera lenses, they all fit and organize really well. And what I like about this accordion style with these almost like spandex style folds in it is that as you compress things, items have a chance to slide into each other to make them as compact as possible. So with that being said, why did I take this really advanced cutting edge tech pouch and replace it with this rather homely looking fabric zippered thing? And it all comes down to adaptability. No matter how thin or light you pack this packing cube, you don't actually end up changing its final dimensions that much. It's pretty much going to be roughly within ½ an inch, this thick, this tall, and this wide. When I have the same amount of things in the GoRuck wire dop, it's almost the same width, but the big difference is in the thickness. Whereas the Peak Packing Cube, the Peak Design Tech Pouch, whereas it will have a lot of automatic nesting, you have to be more cognizant of what you're doing with this. So I have to make sure if I have like my thickest item here, my MacBook Power Brick, I have to make sure that I have thin items on the other side of it, and same here. If I have thick things here, I need thin things here, so that when I fold it up, it maintains this very thin profile. And also, if this isn't thin enough, I can lay this out like this and just drop this on top of my packing cube, whatever else I have in my bag. And so now, at its thickest point, it's only as thick as my brick, and the rest is only as thick as my charge cables and other accessories that I have in here. And that's where this really won me over. If you're going to be somewhere in a secure office where you're going to need quick access to lots of different cables and adapters, pens, pencils, tools throughout the day, get the Peak Design Tech Pouch. It looks cool, it's super well organized, and it has so much capacity. I cleaned up my home office by just saying, look, if it can't fit in here, and I don't really use it, then it needs to go away. There's so much space and capability and organization in this. But for travel, as awesome as this is, I can fit almost as much in here. And the flexibility of this material and the layout, the ability to go wide and shallow has just made it that much more flexible and making it easier for me to pack in my one bag travel style. So that's why I picked the GoRuck wire dop over something that costs twice as much. Still keep this, it's still awesome, and it mainly stays at home and serves as organization and storage for all of my other tech gear. But on the road, it's GoRuck wire dop all the way.